So this is a double and triple call for including at least some high intensity interval training, VO2 max type training each week, as well as doing resistance training. And of course, the long duration cardiovascular training, the sort of 30 or 45 or 60-minute or maybe even 2-hour zone 2 type stuff. You can look up zone 2, but it's basically a level of cardiovascular training that still allows you to talk, but were you to go any more intensely, you wouldn't be able to complete sentences. That zone 2 training, of course, is going to be very powerful for the health and integrity of the cardiovascular system. That's going to allow for the delivery of all these molecules. And of course, the delivery of blood flow itself to the brain, because cerebral blood flow is central to brain function. Okay, so if you're right at the threshold of about to be overwhelmed by the number of different mechanisms by which exercise improves brain function health, we're not going to add any more mechanisms. We are, however, going to talk about the practical steps that you can take to make sure that you're getting the most brain benefits from your exercise. Based on what we've talked about so far, as well as a broad survey of the literature, and again, it is a big literature, here are the 4 things that I believe everyone should be doing every single week in terms of their exercise program. Now, we've talked a lot about exercise on this podcast before. Can summarize the very, very top contour of what my takeaway is from the literature and from discussions with experts such as Dr. Andy Galpin and others, which is, I believe that everybody should include both resistance training, be body weight, free weights, machines, some combination of those, as well as cardiovascular training each week. And that the cardiovascular training should include both high intensity interval training, at least once per week, and some so-called long, slow distance training or zone 2 type training each week. So presumably most of you are doing some form of that. So maybe you're doing more cardio than resistance training. Maybe you're doing more resistance training than cardio. If you're interested in a zero cost program where you can start to sculpt out a idealized program for you, but you want to start with a kind of general template, we have a newsletter that you can access at hubermanlab.com, zero cost. You don't even have to sign up to access it, although if you want to sign up for the newsletter, that could be valuable to you too. Completely zero cost. You can go to hubermanlab.com, go to newsletter, scroll down to Foundational Fitness Protocol. It describes the program that I've been following essentially for 30 plus years. And again, it's about 3 cardiovascular training sessions per week, 3 resistance training sessions per week. The cardiovascular training ranges in time from about 12 minutes and then a longer 60-minute session. The resistance training is generally 45 to 75 minutes, so on average about an hour.